Thrilled to have him here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Chad?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
I am. Congratulations. Is that an appropriate way to say it, or you tell me? How do you feel?
That's appropriate. I think it's far from over, but no, it was a good first step for sure.
Well, I mean, how long were you thinking of that moment?
I wasn't thinking about it that long, honestly. I think it hit me Monday morning when I woke up, and that's kind of how I wanted to approach that whole day. I wanted that whole day to be as special as it could be, without making it more than what it might be, or maybe not having it be as special as it could have been. So for whatever it was worth, I wanted it to be exactly that. And I didn't want to read too much into it until it got to that day.
Well, I mean, were you thinking about it, I guess, during chemotherapy? The fact that you were, I mean, what were you fixing on to get yourself through that experience, Chad?
I wasn't thinking about baseball at all, to tell you the truth, and be completely honest with you. It was, leaning more so on my faith and my family and my daughter that had just been born. I think it was more of getting through each day and being able to go home and see my family, my wife and my daughter.
How old is your daughter?
She's 4 months now.
Man. Honestly, Chad, how did you take the diagnosis with a wife at home and a newborn kid? I mean, so the diagnosis hit when I would imagine, I guess, your wife was pregnant, Chad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah. It was tough, honestly. There was a lot of questions we had. One of the more important ones being, was the chemo therapy going to affect how I was going to be able to be a father? And, was I going to be able to be with my wife in the hospital when she was giving birth? Was I going to be able to hold my daughter because of the chemo drugs? And so we had a lot of questions, more so on my side from Christine. But, no, it was something that we just had to get through.
Chad Bettis here on the Rich Eisen Show again. Couple of days after 7 scoreless against the Braves, although the way that start started, Chad, I mean, that was interesting. Walk us through that process for those that might not have seen the way that your start started.
No, yeah, so it was definitely interesting, to say the least. I think it was probably from one of the highest highs that I'd ever been in to, oh crap, what's going on? I'm about to end up 1-0 first batter of the game. So throw the pitch, hits a pretty well hit line drive to our left fielder, Parra. That was shallow. He was running in, sprinting in hard, took a dive at it, slipped under his glove, rolled all the way to the wall. Inciarte's rounding third. I'm running back, busting my butt as fast as I can to get behind home plate to, cover. And see the relay throw come in from Story, and we nail him, and it was just like a huge roller coaster to just, really set the tone of how that game was going to be for me.
So you couldn't even score that one at home, Chad, right?
No, not at all.
I mean, that is a hell of a triple and a put out at home plate
Exactly.
Through the shortstop to start to keep it scoreless, yeah. and then as you're going through it, did you see some of the kids in the stands holding up signs saying that they were cancer survivors?
Yeah, I actually saw some of them when I was walking in. I not necessarily during the game, but when after my last bullpen pitch, open that door from the bullpen to walk into the dugout to start the game, that's kind of when everything really hit me. And, I was trying to hold back some tears.
Yeah, because, I mean, I can imagine you can't be blamed for focusing on self, wife, newborn daughter to get to that mound. But then when you get on the mound and you realize how inspirational you are to others, I mean, that had to be pretty damn heavy, Chad.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. I mean, like I said, I didn't know what that was going to look like either. And so to open that bullpen door and see little kids holding up signs saying they're cancer survivors or they're fighting through cancer and they're trying to stay as strong as they can through it, wow,
Chad Bettis here on the Rich Eisen Show. A couple more minutes with the Rockies starter. Again, testicular cancer is gone from your system, right, Chad? You're cancer-free as we're chatting right
Correct.
now? Okay.
Correct.
And what did you think of when you got to Twitter and you saw everybody from fellow cancer survivor John Lester to Ben Stiller giving you shout-outs on social media for how you have come back and what you did Monday night?
I mean, wow. I think, it was unbelievable with the amount of support that I've gotten, like you said, from Ben Stiller to John Lester to Andrew McCutcheon to McCarthy. It goes on way beyond just those guys, too. Just random baseball fans to people that don't even watch baseball to reaching out to me saying how, inspired they are and stuff. I think, it goes way beyond baseball, and I think, but at the same time, it shows kind of how tight our fraternity of players is. We're going against each other each and every day, battling for that win. But baseball aside, we're sticking up for each other. We're in it together.
What's your favorite Ben Stiller movie, Chad?
I like a lot of them. I think Dodgeball is one of the top ones.
Nice.
For sure.
The Ocho. You watch your volleyball on the Ocho. That's basically what you're saying. That's a good one. That's a pretty damn good one. It's pretty cool that he tweeted with you and at you and then Bud Black. We couldn't help but notice when you get back to the dugout, your manager gave you that handshake. What was that conversation? If you wouldn't mind being a fly on the wall there.
No, yeah, when he walked over in the seventh inning after the seventh, I got done out of that inning. I knew what he was about to say. Hey, you're done. Good job. But he didn't even have to say it. And I knew, what he was thinking, the emotions that he must have been feeling. And when he shook my hand and was like, "You did great. We're going to hand it off to the bullpen here. You couldn't have scripted it any better. And welcome back." It was like I can't put it into words. It was like a breath of fresh air.
Well, just for the radio audience who might not have seen it, the look on Bud's face, pride. He's proud. Like he looked like a proud dad, Chad. That's what it looked like. And then it looked like that hit you right in the heart and in the gut. Just that look that he was giving you. Is that a fair assessment?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Very, very much so.
Hey, I can't tell you how inspirational it was to me and everyone else. And the fact that you're back and, any line score would have been fine. But the performance that you had was just terrific, Chad. And I can't wish any more best to you and your wife. What's your wife and your daughter's name?
Christina and Everly.
To Christina and Everly and you and the rest of your family, congratulations and way to go. And thanks for calling in.
Yeah, thank you for having me again.
And of course, and stay healthy. And before I let you go, what should people do for awareness for testicular cancer? What should people do? Let's give people something to think about as you hang up.
I mean, that's kind of my whole goal here is to bring more awareness to this disease. And I think what's really scary about it is that there's not a lot of people that know about it. And the age group that it affects is 15 to 35 years old. And it's very, very common. It's much more common than people would even expect. So, I think for anyone that's listening, whether you have a teenage boy or a young son or a friend that might have a son, just get the word out, and it's okay to speak up and know that the earlier you catch this, the better your chances are going to be. And so I think that's what needs to be said is, if you find something, just go ahead and speak up. It's okay.
And we all know about the Stand Up to Cancer campaign that the MLB folks have been deeply involved with, and obviously you're at the forefront of it. Way to stand up, Chad. Way to do it.
Thank you.
Look forward to the next time we chat. Thanks for calling in. You got it.
Uh-huh.
That's Chad Bettis.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you like that, download our app. Please, just if it's a memory thing, just delete other apps. You don't need those apps. This app, the Rich Eisen Show app, you need that.